Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages and genders, welcome back to a brand new episode of Tech on the Cheap. My name is Jeremy Kaiser, and I am unbiased. Straight from Hong Kong, China. Handmade about a week ago in a warehouse somewhere in Hong Kong, China, and shipped straight to my door. Surprisingly, only took one whole week. They shipped it DHL, the brand new device from Smok. It's actually been on the market roughly a year now. The Scar 18 with the new TFV9 tank. The tank part of this, I don't think I'm going to be thrilled with, but I'm going to give it every chance in the world because it's an upgraded child-proof version of the Baby Beast, not Baby V2, the Baby Beast. It's supposed to take Baby Beast coils. I am, however, going to do a little test when we get inside this box. I got some Baby V2 coils. I want to see what go into this before we fill it up with juice. So let's tear into this bad boy. I think I'm the only person on this planet who actually likes Smok and has had really good experiences with Smok products. The only time I haven't had a good experience with Smok was partly my fault. I got the original mag kit, and they glued the 510 drip pin down onto the mod instead of screwing it on. And the first time that thing fell, it broke the glue, and for some reason it wouldn't make a proper connection and work from there on in. Wound up buying a whole nother kit just exactly like it, and have been a Smok fan ever since. There's only one other brand I actually like other than Smok when it comes to vaping products, and that's Tesla. This is not a part of the mag series. This actually, I was skeptical about this because this is actually a part of a pod series. There's 3 Scar devices, and this is the third one, but this is actually a mod. This is what I've had. This is the Mag P3. Comes with the TFV16 tank on it. I can't recommend it enough. Smok, you outdid yourself on this tank. It's got plenty of capacity, which is important to me because I drive all day long and I don't want to have to refill the tank every 2 seconds, which is a problem with the Baby V2. The cotton in this tank is the best you've put out, best flavor. I run dual mesh. The mod itself feels really good and comfy. You could tell what they were going for. They wanted to go for indestructible, but we're not talking about this mod. We're talking about this mod. Now, when I got this mod, I was interested in upgrading from this to an Aegis. I was going to go to an Aegis Legend because on Aegis, I love the way the button feels. It's slanted up. It looked comfortable in the hands. Everybody I know has an Aegis Legend or an Aegis Legend X. I found a store that had both, this and the Aegis Legend. I picked up the Aegis Legend and it felt right and just not right enough. I picked this one up. Immediately I knew what my choice was going to be. This feels so much more well-rounded in the hands compared to the Aegis, and comfort is my thing. I gotta be comfortable with the mod. I've had some really uncomfortable mods. I cannot wait. This is not a part of the mag. This is the Scar series. But still, I'm a huge fan of Smok. I will love the way this thing looks. I just, the way it feels. And, you know, Jay Hayes bitched up a storm about the screen and about the soft handly part not being wood. Jay Hayes don't have much good to say about anybody. I respect the man. I respect his opinion. I respect his profession, but I don't agree with his opinion on this mod. I love this mod. The minute I picked it up, I fell in love with it. So there's the mod. Of course, paperwork. More paperwork. Warranty. And here we come to the good stuff. TFV9, the childproof tank. I don't know why Smok decided to start going childproof, but whatever. It's different. It's innovative. That's what we're here for. Now, I can tell you one thing about this tank that I immediately do not like. There's only one coil for it that I found, and it's this single mesh. I like dual mesh, and I was going to pull out a Baby V2 coil, but now I'm starting to think that there's really no point. Just that alone ain't the same size. But for science, oh yeah, and it comes with an extra bubble globe. Now, you would be surprised how durable and how fragile these are. I've went through a few. And of course, you got your top mini USB charging cable still. Some of these, I think this is an international version. Some of these actually come with a little fat plastic piece to go over this. I want to give this tank every chance in the world before I start hooping and hollering I don't like it. Yeah, this is an international version. On the back it says importer because from Hong Kong, China. And I just don't know. a baby V2. Let's find out for sure. Let me go get some coils and some juice, and I'll be right back. For the juice, I'll be using Pebbles Cheesecake, one of my favorite juices of all time, but I get vapor tongue from it really easy, so I can only vapor for a day or two. I had to switch out to something else. And the people who make this, Vapor Treats, if you want me to advertise for you, hit me up. Okay, so I got Baby V2 A1 coils and original Baby. So here's original Baby, and as I suspected, not going to happen. Wait, no, that straight swallows that. So that's the original Baby Beast coil. That's actual coil, that ain't mesh. So here's the Baby V2 coil. And you know what? I actually screw one. Good luck getting that together. Maybe this coil will be badass enough that I ain't got to worry about it. That actually does not thread to the bottom. It feels like it wants to, though. No. So there we go. So original Baby and Baby V2 coils, at least the ones I have, will not fit this, which don't make a lick of sense. I heard that the original TFV8 coils would actually fit this, and this is original TFV8. I doubt. Maybe they're talking about, I don't know, but whatever. A1s are good if you're into airflow. If you're airflow and you want zero restriction airflow, A1 for Baby V2 is the coil for you. It's got to be another coil. Even Mountain Vapor said that another coil would work in this. I just can't remember what it was. Anyway, but I did come prepared. I went ahead and bought 5 coils for this, even though I can only find single coils for it. It kind of irritated me, but whatever. So this one, I'm pretty sure everybody is watching this video has seen 1,000 videos out there. That was rough at first. So the new way of opening these up, there's no longer a button you press. I'm just showing everybody in case you're watching this for the first time. You literally pull up on that and twist. And if it feel like it ain't going to give counterclockwise, give it all you want. It will not break. And we're going back to the old style where they're putting the rubber leak-proof shit on the bottom with their new tanks. Show you without spelling it. It's on the top. That little rubber piece is on the top. Smok, are you... I always tell myself I'd never criticize a company because, especially a company I appreciate like Smok. I don't want to criticize Smok. I really do like Smok. I will always vape on Smok products. This tank has got me like scratching my fucking head. I mean, it's, you know how you play a sequel to a video game and it puts you through a tutorial, but you're like the world's biggest fan to that game, so the tutorial's almost fucking insulting. I'm kind of getting that vibe here. I'm just like, maybe this is for first time buyers. I always take that in consideration. Now let's fill her on up and get this coil primed. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go through one of these coils I might get through a week on one of these coils, because when I was vaping on the S1s for the Baby V2, I burnt those fucking coils up. But those coils were for stick devices. And I like to fill my tanks all the way to the top. I can honestly say that this is bringing back memories from this rubber tip being back on the bottom. Maybe it has to go there for the childproof stuff. I don't know. And there we go. That even feels weird to close. I feel like I gotta lift up on it to close it. And the way I like to prime my coils is closing them all the way and sucking for about 30 seconds. Girls, you should be used to this. Just kidding. Battery door flew open. It's a little bit like the Mag P3, except this one's got a button. Anyway, before I even throw batteries in this, I want to prime this coil. Some improvement that they did do on the tank. You look down there at the bottom, it's got a gap, like a tooth almost. It's like a smile with a tooth in the center there. That is supposed to have. I know with the Baby V2, it was loud, man. It sounded like a compressor. and you open up a compressor and blow off dust and everything. It was loud. My wife would not let me sleep or go to sleep vaping that beside her because it kept her awake. The same exact installation. That helps. That's going to be aggravating to deal with, but I want to see if that airflow's been changed. Yeah, that's a damper airflow than the Baby V2, but it still isn't. It still isn't incognito as I'd like it to be. And like I said, I don't want to be the Smok complainer because we got enough of those out there. I really enjoy Smok products, and this mod is heaven to my hands. So I can't complain about the mod. This tank, I don't think this tank's going to be for me, but I'm going to wait until I use it for a week. Let me throw some light down this and see if that coil is wet. I can't tell. Yeah, it's wet. It's glistening. That's what I always look for when I prime a coil, is I like to throw light down the drip tip and see if the coil itself is actually moist. Now, I want to take it easy on this coil and run her about 50 degrees, or 50 watts. Do I really need to tell anybody that you click it 5 times to turn it on and click it 5 more times to turn it off? I'm doing my best not to be cliche. If you don't know, you don't know. But so here we go. I kind of like the menu. I kind of like this display screen. It's got a 3D effect to it. Jay Hayes is ranting up a storm about how the screen was installed crooked on his. It's got this diamond thing going on. You can, looks like you're looking down into the mod to see it. Anyway, 50 watts, the new TFV9 tank. I stand corrected. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm willing to admit when I'm impressed. I thought this tank was going to be for beginners. Now, it don't have to be big. Size doesn't matter. This coil in this is a dual mesh. I run it at 100 watts all freaking day. But somehow, this coil is putting off a more vibrant flavor. It might just be that I have vapor tongue, because this has got killer custard in it. I vape off the TFV16s because they hit hard, they hit hot, and they got flavor for days. I heard terrible things, regular beast tank, the V8s. I heard terrible things about the V8s, which Smok was using their own cotton at the time, manufacturing their own coils, and they were actually coils, okay? They started outsourcing, from what I understand, they started outsourcing their cotton. The flavor. So if you go from this tank, which is the TFV16, back to Baby V coils, the Baby V coils taste flavorless now. I tried one yesterday. I fired up the old Baby V2, and I could tell that there was a loss of flavor, and these are mesh. These aren't coil. There was a loss of vapor from downgrading from this to this, and the Baby V2. So this takes regular V8 coils, and this is a TFV9. I was expecting, since it's a single mesh coil, that it would be more on par with this. Plus, don't want to push this coil to 100 watts. I think it can handle it for about a day or two, but I don't want to do that to it. I want it to be in its recommended setting, or its ideal. And I'm here to tell you folks, Smok, you did a good job. Yeah, I don't know if it's the company or manufacturer you're outsourcing your cotton to now, the way you got this coil, this mesh set up in here, or what. Somehow or another, you pulled more flavor out of that little itty bitty coil at 50 watts than this can. Now, it ain't a giant leap. This is still going to be my go-to tank because of the capacity where I drive all day. But when I get home, this is going to be like a fine cigar at the end of every evening. That's seriously, I think that's where I had my expectations low for this tank. I think that's what it was. I still don't like how it opens. I still don't like that the little rubber sealer is on the bottom. And this is, they went back to the oats. Wow, Smog, you're jumping back in time on me. They went back to the non-proprietary drip tips. I can actually use drip tips from other mods with this. For anyone that don't understand the lingo I just said, Smok made it to where you can only use one drip tip. There's on a device like this, okay? On this, you can stick whatever you want down in that hole as long as it fits. It's kind of like Smok went back in time. I do like the fact on this device, what tells me this device can take a beating is the screws. The screws on that drip pin. There's 3 of them, okay? That means it ain't glued on. Smok, you're getting better at your shit. I really like it. I love the way this mod feels. I'm surprisingly in love with this tank already. It's just not enough capacity for me. I'll have to refill it all day, and this is a little bit too aggravating to refill while I'm driving a car. But, I dig it. You do need to still make dual mesh versions of this coil, Smok. Just for me, if anybody else. I'm the only one on YouTube praising your name, Smok. You need to make dual mesh for the TFV9. Please. Yeah, folks. That was a pleasant surprise. I knew the mod. I already knew the mod. This mod, to me, feels more comfortable than the Aegis Legend or Legend X. It does feel durable. It feels like I could chuck it and it would still work afterwards. I need something that can take a beating because I dropped my shit. I'll be driving down the road, take it off my mod, lay it in my lap, open the door, forget the mod's even there, and get out of the car, and there it goes rolling on the black top. So this can handle that. This has been through that. Even with this glass, survived it all. I feel like that this could do the same thing. I ain't testing that. I'm not going out of my way to test that. Forget about it, but I'll tell you if it happened. But yeah, I'm thrilled to pieces with this whole setup. I think I had my expectations super low for this tank and seen it as a downgrade versus what I've already been vaping on, and as a result, it completely surprised me, and I'm happy about that. Straight from China, folks. Smok, you could design the button to make me feel like I'm pulling my finger down a little bit, though. All the buttons feel responsive. Everything's well rounded. I love the paint job on this. I'm a big fan of red, though. But yeah. That's all for today, folks. Let's edit this video and put it up on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. Peace.